Part 1. Live broadcast, Tiger Roaring Grassland, Slap the Lion to Death. Author, The Poetry of Gilgamesh. Chapter 1. Nature Reserve, Lion and Tiger Fighting Program Group. By the stream, a slim girl sat on the grass, with a colorful tiger lying beside her. If people see this scene, they will definitely drop their jaws. But the girl was not afraid. The tiger did not hurt the maiden either. A man and a tiger stayed quietly like this, like a beautiful picture. The show is about to start. Su Menjiu glanced at the tiger beside her, and worry appeared in her eyes. After living with this tiger for 4 years, she has long regarded number 68 as half of her family, but now she has to watch it die. The origin of it all. It all started 4 years ago. Now that the entertainment industry is weak, the world's chaebols have launched a live broadcast called Tiger Roaring Grassland. 100 tigers were domesticated by the program team in advance, which allowed the tigers to maintain their primitive wildness while getting close to humans. When the tiger reaches adulthood, put it all on Africa and compete for the title of the strongest beast. Lion-tiger fight, this has always been a hot topic on the internet. With the king of the steppe on one side and the lord of the mountains and forests on the other, it was certainly a brutal battle. But Su Menjiu couldn't stop it. She's just a staff member. There is no way to stop it, let alone participate in decision-making. Thinking that the live broadcast would be started tomorrow, Su Menjiu frowned. After 4 years of getting along, she has long been intimate with number 68. The most important thing is, number 68 is only 3.5 years old. Tigers generally reach adulthood at the age of 4. That is, number 68 is still in a sub-adult state. Compared with the adult state, both strength and body shape are very different. Su Menjiu didn't know that the tiger beside her was also full of thoughts. I was reborn as a tiger, and I don't know whether to be happy or frustrated. Chu Bai opened his bloody mouth and yawned, revealing his sharp teeth. It's been almost 4 years since I've been here. He also heard about it. To put it simply, he is going to be thrown into the African savanna to fight lions. Isn't this looking for death? O lion, a beast of prey. And although the tiger is the king of the mountains and forests, it is a solitary animal. From that point of view alone, the tiger fell into disadvantage. Coupled with the hot environment of the tropical continent, how can a tiger who is not accustomed to water and soil be a match for the lions? Chu Bai is also worried. He's just an ordinary tiger. Not even the Tiger King, how can he compete with the lions? If he is alone, he is not afraid of lions. But will the lions give them a chance to go it alone? Apparently not. Just then, a voice rang out. Hint, 10% system activation. Hint, 20% system activation. Hint, 30% system activation. Huh, Chu Bai was stunned. It's Goldfinger. He was ecstatic. The ancients did not deceive him, and the Traverser really had a golden finger. With Goldfinger, coupled with his wisdom and vigilance, a trip to the tropical continent should be no problem. After a while, the system sounded again. Hint, the system activation is 100%. Hint, evolution simulator is on. Binding host, Chu Bai. Reminder, the instruction manual has been issued, please pay attention to check it. Hint, you got the starter pack, did you open it? Open. Chu Bai did not hesitate. Hint, you've opened the starter pack. You gain the talent, Devour. Talent introduction, devour the essence of flesh and blood, and achieve the ultimate evolution. You gain skill, Tiger Might. Skill introduction, your roar has a deterrent effect, which can deter your enemies to a certain extent. Hint, you get add 2 for your demo card. Simulation card introduction, consume the simulation card, you can perform an evolution simulation and extract everything you get from evolution. Hint: analog cards can be obtained in simulations as well as in real life. Good. Chubai hooked the corners of his mouth. It's a great talent that allows him to evolve. Start the simulation, he said in his heart. The next second, the voice of the system sounded in my head. Simulation begins. Your current status: sub-adult South China tiger. Day 1, you survive in the reserve and hunt a domesticated sika deer. Hint: the devour talent takes effect, and you gain 100 units of flesh energy. Day 2, you come to the tropical continent nature reserve. Day 3, the hot weather makes you unaccustomed to the soil and water, and your combat effectiveness plummets. Day 4, you go out hunting, you accidentally intrude into the territory of the lions, you are besieged by 2 lions, although you struggle to escape, you are seriously injured. Day 5, in the food-starved tropical continent, injury is almost equal to death. Day 6, you have been hungry for a day. Day 7, you were hungry again for a day, and under the survival instinct, you went out to hunt and were besieged to death by hyenas. End of simulation. In this simulation, you get 100 units of flesh energy. Do you want to extract it? Cooldown period is 3 days. In the absence of a simulation card, you need to wait 3 days to get a simulation chance. Extract flesh energy, Chubai said in his heart. In the next second, a warm current poured into the body. It seemed to have changed, but he couldn't perceive what it was. His mind moved, and a panel of data that only he could see appeared in view. Name: Chubai. Race: South China tiger. Realm: common tiger, subadult, 100/10,000. Talent: devour, can devour flesh essence cultivation. When you have 10,000 units of flesh energy, you will evolve. Talent: tiger, your roar has a deterrent effect, which can deter your enemies to a certain extent. Weight: 180 kilograms, your weight will directly affect all your stats, the bigger the weight, the stronger. Palm power: 600 kilograms. Bite force: 380 kilograms. Speed: 22 mph/s. Lifespan: 15 years. Simulation card: 1. After the simulation card is consumed, you need to wait for the simulator to cool down before you can simulate. Hint: hunting prey has a chance to get a simulation card, whether it is in simulation or reality. The more ferocious the prey you kill, the higher the probability of getting a simulation card. And 1 mock card. Chubai raised his eyebrows. There is no doubt about it. If he wants to be stronger, he has to keep simulating. Or hunt and kill prey in reality and devour flesh essence. But the reality is certainly not as easy as the simulation, and if you are not careful, you will die on the spot. Continue the simulation, Chubai said in his heart. Simulation begins. Your current status: subadult South China tiger. Day 1, intentionally arranged by the staff, you passively choose to hunt the wild buffalo, but the wild buffalo is so large that you fight it for 2 hours, and you are seriously injured while consuming it to death. Hint: devour talent takes effect, you gain 300 units of flesh energy. Hint: you hunt a dangerous animal, you get add 2 simulation card. Day 2, due to serious injuries, you are temporarily left in the reserve. Day 3, nothing happens. Day 4, your injuries are getting better, and you were immediately sent to the Savannah Nature Reserve by the program team. Day 5, the hot weather makes your combat effectiveness plummet. Day 6, you went out hunting and killed a jumping rabbit. Hint: the devour talent takes effect, and you gain 100 units of flesh energy. Hint: you get add 1 for your demo card. Day 7, you went out hunting and met 3 lion kings, you chose to run away, but the 3 lion kings never saw a creature like you, and chose to fight you, and you were seriously injured. Day 8, injured and hungry for a day. Day 9, bleeding too much, you are dead. End of simulation. In this simulation, you get 400 units of flesh energy, and the simulation card is add 3, do you want to extract it? Extraction. Chubai was overjoyed in his heart. I didn't expect to get 3 analog cards. Instead of continuing the simulation, he turned around and went into the field. Flesh and blood energy can strengthen his physique, but it also needs to be exercised to better master his own strength. Live broadcast, Tiger Roaring Grassland, Slap the Lion to Death. Author, The Poetry of Gilgamesh. Chapter 2. In the nature reserve, a figure is galloping, shuttling through the jungle like lightning. It's none other than Chubai. After gaining flesh energy from the simulation, he became stronger. Although not obvious. But it was still felt. The sun is setting, and the remnant sun is like blood. Chubai ran wildly, consuming his energy that had nowhere to put it. The human body cannot be compared to that of a tiger, and there seems to be an inexhaustible strength in his body. After a while, a dark shadow appeared on the horizon. It was an off-road vehicle. The vehicle was modified to vacate the rear except for the cab, like an iron cage. There was a special soldier standing inside, followed by Su Menjiu. Don't look away, girl. There seemed to be unbearability in his eyes. The special forces set up their sniper rifles, and the scope was locked on Chubai. Bang! With a dull gunshot, the anesthetic needle threw a graceful parabola in the air, falling accurately towards Chubai. He didn't resist and let the anesthetic needle hit him. With his current strength, I can't resist it. It would be better for these men to take him to the savannah, where he would then be free land. After a while, a sense of exhaustion came to my heart. Chubai's vision suddenly dimmed, and he fell into a deep sleep completely. Next. Early in the morning. At 9 o'clock, the live broadcast room of Lion-Tiger fight opened on time. In the picture, it is a hot prairie. In just a few seconds, hundreds of thousands of viewers poured into the live broadcast room. In the next second, the barrage flooded the interface. The lion and tiger fight has finally begun. Looking forward to ad 999. After 4 years of waiting, I can finally see the battle between two of the most powerful beasts of the Blue Star. A minute later, tens of millions of netizens in the live broadcast room. 10 minutes later, there were hundreds of millions of people. This terrible rating made the Lion-Tiger official happy. At this time, just make an advertisement, it will be a lot of money, and you don't deserve to cooperate with them without hundreds of millions. The more people there are, the more strife there is. What is the lion and tiger fighting? The lion is in front. And the tiger is in the back, and the winner is already divided. That's right, how can a tiger be an opponent of a lion? I looked at the prairie, and before the lion could make a move, all these oriental tigers died of heat. Since tigers are basically present in the East, Westerners prefer lions. As we all know, all the data of the tiger are hanging the lion, one-on-one heads up, the tiger can beat the lion out. The lions are numerous. For a while, Oriental netizens began to fight back. Data. Do you know what is a reference? Tiger data is powerful, but actual combat is not necessarily powerful. Whether you have the ability or not, you have to fight to know. The tiger should adapt to the environment first, don't be killed by the hyena before the lion can make a move. For a time, Westerners ridiculed. Before the tiger and the lion could fight, the supporters of the East and the West began to fight. This is one of the purposes of the program team. Tigers exist only in the East. And lions mostly live in the West. Two kinds of fierce beasts, with the three kingdoms as the boundary, the king does not see the king. This time the lion-tiger fight live. It is destined to be a great war between East and West. The program team hit the controversy of this self-contained traffic, which is why the lion and tiger fight was prepared. I don't know if the tigers of other countries can defeat the lion, but the Goryeo tiger of my universe country will definitely be able to defeat the lion. That's right, long live the Goryeo tiger. A moment later, netizens from the universe country came out en masse. Although the tigers belong to the same East, 100 tigers belong to 14 different countries. Naturally, everyone wants their country's tiger to win. What is the Goryeo tiger? The Siberian tiger of my white bear alliance can definitely rub the Goryeo tiger on the ground. That's right, and the Siberian tiger is much rarer. Speaking of rarity, who is the South China tiger of the Dragon Country? Only the Dragon Kingdom has it. And the wild South China tiger is extinct, it is the last wild South China tiger in the world. For a time, the 14 countries of the tiger camp began to boast. It's just a South China tiger. I'm a tall tiger, I can definitely beat it out. Netizens in the Universe Kingdom ridiculed one after another. In their country, the tiger is a deity. It has the characteristics of bravery, determination, agility, and majesty. The tiger is also one of the favorite animals of the cosmos, and the tiger is almost equivalent to the incarnation of a god or man. When a group of netizens quarreled, 3 figures appeared on the screen. In the middle is a blonde girl. On the right is an old man with thick eyebrows and big eyes, and on the left is a yellow-skinned person. Hello everyone. Welcome to the Lion Tiger Live Room. The blonde girl waved her hand, showed a cute smile, and said, I'm the host of the live broadcast room, Lisa Bell. The woman looked to the right and continued, to my right is Kapil, a wildlife expert from the Peacock Nation. Professor Kapil specializes in lions, has been working in nature reserves for 20 years, and is an expert among experts. Hello everyone, I'm Kapil. The third old man waved his hand towards the camera. Lisabel looked at the other fat man and said, this is a wildlife expert from the Dragon Country, named Sun Wei. Unlike Professor Kapil, he specializes in tigers. I heard that he has a nickname, Fat Tiger. Hello everyone. Sun Wei waved his hand. Seeing the arguments among netizens in the live broadcast room, Lisabel smiled. This lion and tiger fight can be described as the attention of the century, and nearly 100 million netizens are concerned. After speaking, she glanced at the two of them separately and said, both of them are experts in this area, who do you say will win the lion or the tiger? Undoubtedly, a lion. Kapil, the third old man, is full of confidence. When the words fell, the Western netizens in the live broadcast room were boiling. See? Even the experts said that the lions won, so now you don't have to say anything, do you? The king with a strong mouth has nothing to say. Westerners ridiculed one after another, and the yin and yang became angry. Expert, I think it's a brick family, right? Don't forget, the fat tiger of my dragon kingdom hasn't spoken yet. Although Oriental netizens all think that the tiger of their country can win, they still stand together in the face of the battle between the East and the West. Lisabel asked, Professor Kapil, you must have a basis for saying that, right? It's nature. Professor Kapil nodded repeatedly. He continued, I believe anyone who has studied biology knows that lions are social animals, and there are as few as 1 or 2 lion kings in their territory, and as many as 4 or 5 in their territory, and most of them patrol their territory collectively to fight against foreign invaders. How can a tiger be an opponent in such a situation? So, the lion wins. Lisabel smiled, she is also Western. Of course. Kapil nodded. Lisabel looked at Sun Wei again and joked, Mr. Fat Tiger, what do you think? I agree with Professor Kapil. Sun Wei nodded and said, tigers generally live alone, if a tiger meets several lion kings, there will definitely be no chance of winning. But if you go it alone, I think the tiger will be better. The voice fell, and the barrage in the live broadcast room rolled again. See. The lions are numerous. How can a lion be a tiger's opponent if he fights alone? Oriental netizens became excited. He, who believes it? The lion is about the same size and weight as the tiger, so why should he lose to the tiger alone? Western netizens disagreed. The two sides quarreled together again. Seeing that the barrage was rolling violently, Lisabelle smiled and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, now let's put our vision back to the savannah. After all, the protagonists are tigers and lions. So far, all 100 tigers have been released into the nature reserve." The voice fell, and the screen in the live broadcast room changed. In addition to the endless prairie, groups of lions and tigers have come into view one after another. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Live broadcast, Tiger Roaring Grassland, Slap the Lion to Death. Author, The Poetry of Gilgamesh. Chapter 3. Chubai didn't know how long it was, but he felt his head groggy. When he regained his vision, the unfamiliar environment is imprinted. As the heat came to his face, he probably understood what was going on. If nothing else, he has come to Africa. Chubai looked up and saw a drone imprinted in his eyes. It should have been filmed. He analyzed it at a glance. He has long known that Lion Tiger is the show. There will definitely be program crew members tracking and shooting, or drones following. But it's none of his business. There are only two things he has to do now. First, adapt to the hot environment of the savannah. Second, become stronger. In the face of the threat of African lions, he did not dare to relax. Chubai is not yet an adult, and neither his strength nor speed is enough to compete with the lion. Fortunately, I got 3 simulation cards last time in the simulation, which should be able to make up the gap. Start the simulation, Chubai said in his heart. Simulation begins. Your current status, Subadult South China Tiger. Day 1, you are on the savannah, and in the face of the harsh environment, you decide to observe before acting. Day 2, nothing happens. Day 3, while out hunting, you encounter hyenas, which are small but pack hunters, and sometimes even adult male lions avoid them. You unleash the tiger might to deter the hyenas. Day 4, you have been hungry for a day. Day 5, you find food, but it's a rotting corpse. Chubai rolled his eyes. This was too miserable. As the king of the forest, he was reduced to eating carrion. But it should have something to do with his state. Now he is only in a subadult state. Tigers, like lions, have a huge difference between adult and juvenile status. Immediately, he continued to watch the message. Day 5, going out to hunt, you met the oryx, but it was very fast, and you lost it even more. Day 6, you have been hungry for a day. Day 7, while wandering in the jungle, you suddenly found a small antelope. In order to protect the little antelope, the oryx was willing to let you catch it. At this moment, a cheetah appeared. For food, you had a fight, you killed the cheetah, but also seriously injured. Hint, the devour talent takes effect, and you gain 400 flesh energy. Hint, you get add 1 for your demo card. Day 8, seriously wounded, you are besieged by hyenas, and you are dead. End of simulation. In this simulation, you get 400 units of flesh energy, and the simulation card is add 1, do you want to extract it? Extraction. Chubai said. The words fell, and a warm current poured into the body. His mind moved, and only the data panel he could see appeared. Name, Chubai. Race, South China Tiger. Realm, Common Tiger, Subadult, 900/10,000. Talent, Devour, can devour flesh essence cultivation. Talent, Tiger Might, your roar has a deterrent effect. Weight, 185 kilograms, Your weight will directly affect all your data, the bigger the weight, the stronger. Palm power, 610 kilograms. Bite force, 385 kilograms. Speed, 23 m/s. Lifespan, 15 years. Analog card, 3. Looking at the changes in the data, Chu Bai was quite satisfied. Weight, palm power, bite force, and speed have all increased. Although it is rare, he is not in a hurry. A little adds up. I can't eat hot tofu in a hurry. Roar. Suddenly, a roar rang out. Chu Bai became vigilant. The voice was familiar, undoubtedly a lion. In his sub-adult state, if he faces an adult lion, the outcome is really unknown. Meanwhile, the live broadcast room also noticed an anomaly. The host Lisabelle smiled and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, I thought that the meeting between the tiger and the lion would be in a few days, but I didn't expect to meet so quickly. The tiger and the lion, the king does not see the king, this will be an epic meeting. What will happen? Let's wait and see." In the picture, a lion king gradually approaches the tiger. It was only a matter of time before the two kings met. The scene finally came. Yes, it's coming faster than we thought. The tiger has just arrived in the savannah, so it shouldn't have gotten used to the environment yet, right? At this time, fighting is not good news for tigers. For a while, the live broadcast room was discussed. Don't make excuses. Who is to blame for not adapting to the environment? In my opinion, the Lion King will definitely beat the tiger out of the air. Unlike the worries of Eastern netizens, Western netizens seemed excited. Lisabelle looked at her phone and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, the program team just sent me a specific message. This is a wandering Lion King, and his strength is very strong. As for that tiger, it is numbered 68, and it is the South China tiger of the Dragon Country." Live broadcast, Tiger Roaring Grassland, slap the lion to death. Author, The Poetry of Gilgamesh. Chapter 4. South China Tiger. Hearing the introduction of the host Lisabelle, the netizens of Longuo became excited. Unexpectedly, Longuo became the protagonist this time. Excited. Naturally, there are concerns. The South China tiger has just landed on the prairie and has certainly not adapted to the environment. At this time, you can win against the Lion King? The South China tigers will win. Longuo netizens brushed up the barrage. Stop brushing. The Dragon Kingdom will be defeated. Just look at the size. This stray Lion King is at least 220 kilograms, and the South China tiger of the Dragon Kingdom is estimated to be less than 200 kilograms. No, that weight is strength. That's right, the South China tigers will be defeated. Western netizens ridiculed. In addition to the ridicule, he naturally hoped that the male lion would slap the South China tiger to death. At this moment, Lisabelle made up for it and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, the information from the program team also said that the South China tiger is currently in a sub-adult state. This South China tiger will be defeated." Professor Kupil smiled and shook his head. "Asan, shut up. How do you know if you haven't hit yet?" Longuo netizen said angrily. Professor Kupil was not angry, he said slowly, "You netizens who don't read much, you may not know, adulthood and juvenile are two completely different states, and the gap in strength is even greater, which I think Mr. Sunway also knows." "That's right." Sunway nodded yes. He continued, "Lions, like tigers, are far from being able to compete with adults in combat. Haha, even the people of the Dragon Kingdom themselves have said it, what else is there to say now? The South China tigers can't be the match for the Lion King. If it can hold up for a few rounds, it's great." In the live broadcast room, Longuo netizens were stunned. Look! They met. As the barrage rolled, everyone couldn't take their eyes off it. In the jungle, Two beasts meet. The lion and the tiger. The king of the grasslands, the lord of the mountains and forests. Because of the different distribution regions, it was originally a situation where the king did not see the king, but now it is different. Because of human intervention, these two kings met. Chu Bai's eyes were sharp, and he slowly walked to the slope. It's in his favor. Once the Lion King provokes, he can charge at the first opportunity. Let's be honest. He was not sure of victory. The lion was bigger than him, and size was a sign of strength. Chu Bai understood that in this dangerous prairie, being injured meant that he was infinitely close to death. At the same time, the lion was also staring at him. The two pairs of cold vertical pupils looked at each other, as if they were both testing their opponents. It was like a duel between martial arts masters, and no one took the lead. In the live broadcast room, Western netizens can't wait. Still not doing it? Sub-adult tigers only. With the size of a Lion King, you can slap the South China tiger to death, right? Unlike Western netizens, Longguo netizens sweated. South China tiger. A tiger unique to the Dragon Kingdom. There is no doubt that it represents the Dragon Kingdom. If he is killed by the Lion King, he will probably not dare to speak loudly in this live broadcast room in the future. If you can't beat it, you can still run, right? With the agility of a tiger, the Lion King will definitely not be able to catch up. Escape. That's all the South China tigers. Western netizens ridiculed one after another. The grassland is the territory of the lion, and the running speed is as fast as lightning. Even if you can't escape, you still have to wait for death. Meanwhile, in addition to the worries of netizens in the Dragon Kingdom, outside the jungle, Su Menjiao also showed worries. As the caregiver of number 68, she was responsible for tracking and photographing number 68. She is also the drone in the sky. Besides, there are also a lot of machines in the car. Drones are not a panacea, and sometimes they need the assistance of machines. Sister Menjiao, number 68 is still underage, so he shouldn't be the opponent of this Lion King, right? In the car, several assistants became worried. Why isn't Su Menjiao worried? She lived with number 68 for several years. One person and one tiger have already established a deep relationship. She was helpless. But it is also impossible to interfere. As a staff member, all she can do is shoot. Number 68 is fast, it should be fine. Su Menjiao bit her lip lightly. Ahead, two beasts of prey approached. Roar. The Lion King roared, trying to scare his opponent. Chu Bai arched his body and let out an even louder roar. Roar. At the same time, the tiger power was launched. The roar had a deterrent effect, and the Lion King actually took a few steps back. Subsequently, it turned and ran. For a while, netizens all over the world were dumbfounded. The long-awaited battle is gone? The South China tiger roared and scared the Lion King away. Great. Su Menjiao almost jumped up. It's worthy of number 68, it's just the tiger of my dreams. Several little female assistants danced excitedly, and their eyes lit up. Jungle in the distance. Chu Bai breathed a sigh of relief. Fortunately, this Lion King has no desire to fight. If he fights forcibly, he really doesn't have to be the Lion King's opponent at the moment. Even if you can win, it will come at a huge cost. Being injured in this grassland is basically equivalent to death. Suddenly, a system voice sounded. Hint, you intimidate the Lion King, and you get a bonus crit card at 3. Reward critical hit card, can be used in the simulation to double the reward for random critical hits. Chu Bai's eyes lit up. There is such a good thing? Live broadcast, Tiger Roaring Grassland, slap the lion to death. Author, The Poetry of Gilgamesh. Chapter 5. A roar scares off the Lion King. This made the live broadcast room boil. Haha, it is worthy of the South China Tiger of my dragon country, it is really awesome, and it scared away the Lion King with a roar. Awesome. Ad 666. Whoever said just now that he slapped the South China Tiger to death will come out and be beaten. Longwo netizens raised their eyebrows. Although there was no fighting, it was more shocking than the battle. Just one roar scared the Lion King away. What a deterrent power is this? This is the so-called Lion King. I was scared away by a roar from the South China Tiger. If this fights, you can't be slapped to death. Long live the South China Tiger. It's strong, it's too strong. Sub-adulthood is like this, if it is an adult, it will still be it. South China Tiger, yes, the tiger of my dreams. For a while, the barrage of netizens in the Dragon Kingdom covered the interface. On the contrary, Western netizens were stunned. How much I swore before, how embarrassed I am now. It should be that the Lion King doesn't want to fight, right? Western netizens found an excuse, and the barrage instantly increased. Yes, definitely. With the fighting power of the Lion King, it is impossible to be scared away. This Lion King should not be hungry. And the South China Tiger didn't enter its territory, so they have no reason to fight. The king of the mouth is strong. Just make excuses. Longwo netizens were satisfied and didn't want to argue with Western netizens. Wait, did we forget something? Didn't that professor say that Peel or something, that tiger is no match for the Lion King? In the live broadcast room, Professor Kapil was embarrassed. Although it's live. But he seemed to feel a myriad of gazes. It was just an accident. Professor Kapil has studied lions for many years and has absolute confidence in lions. It seems that the Brick family is also a strong king. It is worthy of being the Brick family is called a beast. Professor Kapil's face turned blue and red, and he said coldly. Just now, netizens also said that the jungle does not belong to the territory of the Lion King, and there is no point in a battle between the two sides. If a tiger invades the territory of the Lion King, a battle will definitely break out. Wait, the South China Tiger is out of the jungle. It seems to have gone towards the territory of the Lion King. At this moment, netizens in the live broadcast room had sharp eyes and found that the South China Tiger was walking towards the territory of the Lion King. Kapil was stunned. I just said a big thing. If the South China Tiger really entered the territory of the Lion King, and no battle broke out, wasn't he slapped in the face? Fortunately, the territory of the South China Tiger and the Lion King is staggered. Professor Kapil breathed a sigh of relief. As a Westerner, Lisabelle also doesn't want to see the South China Tigers in the limelight. She took over and hurriedly said, "Ladies and gentlemen, just now the program team sent a message that they have launched a list in the live broadcast room, and you only need 10 yuan to vote for your favorite tiger. $10 to hit the list once." Why didn't the program team grab it? For a while, netizens were angry. It's a money grab, and it's $10 at a time. Lisabelle hurriedly explained, "Don't be impatient, the program team will only collect 10% of all the money from the list, and the rest will be donated to the nature reserve." That's a nice thing to say. Who knows if you'll donate? Netizens didn't buy it. Brothers, report the program team. That's right, report them. In just a few moments, countless netizens began to report. Lisabelle received the news again, and hurriedly laughed, "Ladies and gentlemen, the program team has changed the rules and played the list for free, but it is only limited to once a day. If you continue to play the list, 1 yuan at a time." Despite this, the program team was still complained. However, the lion and tiger fight is a commercial live broadcast, and the list has begun. Brothers, make an example for my South China Tiger. The South China Tiger is simply the tiger of my dreams, and I support 1 million. Rich woman. I don't want to work hard anymore. In just a few seconds, the statistics of 100 tigers soared. Netizens from various countries began to list their tigers, and gifts flew all over the world in the live broadcast room. Half an hour later, the ranking finally calmed down. As the first star tiger to appear, the South China tiger has gained more exposure and is naturally loved by netizens all over the world. In just 30 minutes, 200 million heats ranked first. That is to say, at least 100 million people make the list. The other 100 million are people who spend money to hit the list. There are a lot of local tyrants in the live broadcast room, who spend a lot of money. And the tiger in second place is the Siberian tiger. The Siberian tiger belongs to the White Bear Federation, with 30 million heat, and is far behind by 200 million heat. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Live broadcast, Tiger Roaring Grassland, Slap the Lion to Death. Author, The Poetry of Gilgamesh. Chapter 6. On the prairie, Chu-Bai seems to be leisurely, but in fact, he sees 6 ways and listens to all directions. He now had to find food and water. In this hot savanna, water is the source of life for all animals, and where there is water, there is basically a fight. Suddenly, Chu-Bai raised his huge head. Suddenly there were a lot more drones in the air. 2 cars. 3. A full 5 drones. Chu-Bai frowned. Why did there suddenly have so many drones? However, it doesn't seem to have anything to do with him. Now the most important thing. It is to improve their own strength. If you are filmed, you will shoot. Anyway, when the strength is strong, even humans can't help him. Chu-Bai found a shady place to lie down, and said in his heart, "Start simulating." Simulation begins. Your current status, Subadult South China Tiger. Day 1, in this savanna, the harsh environment is your biggest test. Day 2, you hunt a small animal. Day 3, nothing happens. Day 4, when you go out to hunt, you encounter a group of lions hunting. You decide that the praying mantis catches the cicada and the yellow finch is behind, and the 3 lionesses work together to hunt and kill a lone wild buffalo. You suddenly sneak attack, seriously injure a lioness, and take the prey for yourself. Day 5, in the early hours of the morning, you drag your prey food back to your hideout, but it is stolen by a cheetah. You are angry and chase the cheetah. Day 6, you chase the cheetah for a day, and both sides were almost exhausted. Day 7, in the early hours of the morning, with unimaginable perseverance, you finally killed the cheetah. Hint, the Devour talent takes effect, and you gain 800 flesh energy. Hint, you get add 1 for your demo card. Hint, you comprehend the skill, Lightning Assault. Lightning Assault increases speed in a short period of time, just like a cheetah. Hint, the longer the skill is activated, the faster the body temperature rises, and you must stop to dissipate heat, otherwise your life will be in danger in hot weather. Chu-Bai's eyes lit up. This skill is simply magical. In the future, whether it is hunting or escaping, it is extremely practical. In terms of the early stage, the price of sex exceeds the devouring talent. This simulation card works well, and it's worth the money. Immediately, he continued to watch the message. Day 8, relying on a lightning assault, you hunted an antelope. Hint, devouring talent takes effect, you gain 100 flesh energy. Day 9, nothing happens. Day 10, you search for water, you are dragged into the water by a crocodile, and you die. End of simulation. In this simulation, you get 900 units of flesh energy. Simulation card add 1, Lightning Assault. Do you want to extract it? Hint, do you use critical hit cards? Use critical hit cards. Chu Bai said in a deep voice. There are so many rewards, when don't you use them at this time? Hint, you used a bonus critical hit card. Hint, Flesh Energy Crit X9, a total of 8,100 units. Hint, Analog Card Crit X2, a total of 2 sheets. Hint, Lightning Assault Critical Hit, Effect Evolution, Lightning Strike. Lightning Strike, turn on the skill, and your speed will surpass the cheetah in a short time. Hint, whether to extract or not. Extraction. Chu Bai grinned. This simulation made a lot of money. This bonus crit card is pretty good. He glanced at the information, and was only 1,000 units of flesh energy away from his first evolution. Immediately, he continued the simulation. Although the flesh and blood energy obtained from this simulation is small, it is enough for him to evolve. As Chu Bai extracted, a stream of fiery energy poured into his body. At the same time, flesh and blood seemed to be wriggling. It's as if a wound has grown new flesh. Even if he didn't read the information, Chu Bai understood that he had changed dramatically. It doesn't matter the size. Or has the data changed? His mind moved, and a translucent data panel appeared in view. Name, Chu Bai. Race, South China Tiger. Realm, Adult Tiger, Peak State 100/100,000. Talent, Devour, can devour flesh essence cultivation. Skill, Tiger Might, your roar has a deterrent effect. Skill, Lightning Strike, active, increases your burst speed for a short period of time, passive, increases your regular speed even when it is not activated. Weight, 190 kilograms, your weight will directly affect all your data, the bigger the weight, the stronger. Palm power, 700 kilograms. Bite force, 420 kilograms. Speed, 33 m/s. Lifespan, 18 years. Analog card, 4. Critical hit card, 2. Sure enough. The corners of Chu Bai's mouth raised. His current data is almost the pinnacle of an adult tiger. The next target is the Tiger King. Live broadcast, Tiger Roaring Grassland, slap the lion to death. Author, The Poetry of Gilgamesh. Chapter 7. Roar. In the grassland, a deafening roar rang out. Countless animals looked up and seemed to be frightened. Chu Bai took the steps of 6 relatives who did not recognize him. With confidence in his eyes. With the lightning strike skill, he's almost invincible now. Even if you fight a lion, can't you beat it and can't run away? Once this skill is activated, his speed can be increased to the extreme in a short period of time, and even the cheetah will be willing to bow to the wind in that explosion. Meanwhile, in the live broadcast room, the number of viewers has exceeded 800 million. Because a roar before the 68th shocked the Lion King, the popularity soared rapidly, and the popularity was the first, and the shots of the program team were basically given to the 68th. South China Tiger 666. This wave is to win glory for the country. These 6 relatives don't recognize the pace, and they love it. Wait. Why did the South China Tiger run to shoot the vehicle? At this moment, sharp-eyed netizens found that number 68 was approaching the filming vehicle. I didn't expect that the trainer of number 68 was still a beauty. I think I'm only 20 years old, right? Since it's the tame of 68, it should recognize her. On the other side, Chu Bai came to the side of the vehicle. Several crew members were nervous. Tigers are beasts of prey after all. Although the 68 has been domesticated by humans for almost 4 years and has not shown any signs of attacking humans before, who knows if there will be an accident? Don't worry, number 68 is smart. Su Menjiao knew that several assistants had just arrived, and she didn't know the temperament of number 68. Chu Bai opened his bloody mouth and frightened several girls. Sister Menjiao, what is it doing? Several teenage girls were terrified. Despite the protective measures in place for the filming vehicle, they were nervous. At this time, the tiger pointed to his mouth with his paws. "Sister Menjiao, what is it doing?" Several girls looked at Su Menjiao. "Number 68 won't want to eat, right?" a girl guessed. "Number 68 should be trying to drink water." Su Menjiao took out the mineral water and threw it away. "This chick is pretty smart." Chu Bai bit the water bottle, then scraped the cap with his paws, turned the water bottle and bit it with his mouth, pouring the water into his mouth. This scene made a few girls stupid. "Oh my god, number 68 is too smart, isn't it? It's worthy of the tiger in my dreams." How many girls couldn't believe that this was something that a tiger could come up with? Su Menjiao's eyes also lit up. She knew that number 68 was very smart, but this scene was still beyond his expectations. Meanwhile, the live broadcast room was also shocked. "Is this a tiger? You can even twist the cap of the bottle. It's not going to be a seaman, is it? Don't be nervous, this is the South China tiger of our dragon country. Number 68 was domesticated for 4 years and must have been smart." Seeing the South China tiger in the limelight, Western netizens in the live broadcast room began to be yin and yang. "It's a domesticated tiger, and it's very human. After all, it was tamed. How can a domestic tiger be an opponent of a lion?" Soon, the two sides quarreled. This show is organized by a Western consortium, and naturally it also carries a prejudice. The host, Lisabelle, laughed. "Okay, we now know about the situation of tigers, now, let's take a look at the lion colony in the reserve. After hundreds of years of conservation, there are now 20,000 lions in the reserve. I have to say that this is still very challenging for these 100 tigers." The voice fell, and the picture in the live broadcast room changed to a lion. 100 tigers, 20,000 lions, the end can be imagined. "If you want me to say, no tiger can get out of the reserve." Western netizens ridiculed. This number is already showing results. No, the two sides are not even comparable. Soon, 6 lion kings appeared on the screen. Wait. Is this the League of Bad Boys? At this moment, someone seemed to see the clue. Lisabelle, the host, smiled and said, "That's right, this is the famous Pregnant Boys League in the reserve. Now let's ask Professor Peel to introduce us to us, shall we?" "No problem." Professor Kupil nodded slightly. He smiled confidently and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, the League of Bad Boys is the most controversial and legendary League of Lions in the reserve. Some say they are the embodiment of demons. It is also said that they are the judges of hell. Their presence has caused their kind in the entire region to be in fear of the darkness, and their lives have been filled with conquest and killing, creating unprecedented glory." Live broadcast, Tiger Roaring Grassland, Slap the Lion to Death. Author, The Poetry of Gilgamesh. Chapter 8. Facing the camera, Professor Kupil said eloquently, "Netizens, you may not know the strength and horror of the Bad Boys Lion Alliance. Professor Kupil, how powerful is this bad boy?" On the side, Lisabelle also cooperated. Professor Kupil continued, "There is no doubt that the Bad Boys are by far the most powerful lion alliance that has ever appeared in the reserve. According to our count, they have killed 200 lions in 1 year, including the mighty Lion King, occupying 8 lion packs, occupying more than 1 province and covering a quarter of the reserve. They are all the most powerful Lion Kings. The alliance of the 6 Lion Kings is terrifying. Professor Kupil, can you tell us more about it?" In order to build momentum for the lion, Lisabelle apparently received orders to cooperate with Professor Kupil as best she could. "Absolutely." Professor Kupil nodded. In the next second, a lion appeared on the live broadcast interface. Professor Kupil then said, "This is the boss of the Bad Boys Lion Alliance, named Engralaric, which means the king of the lion kings, also known as Makruh, who is huge in size and has a loud roar, and is the most legendary lion king, and any powerful opponent will be vulnerable in front of him. The second oldest is named Rista. The third child is called a beautiful boy. The tale of the old five monsters: it is never afraid, it moves forward bravely, and it never flinches. Known as the undefeated god of war. The sixth is Satan, more terrible and cruel than the fifth. Its record is chilling, its hands are stained with the blood of its kind, and the enemies it encounters will never be spared. It is the death of the reserve, the nightmare of all lions, and it is called the god of hell killing. After Professor Kapil finished speaking, the live broadcast room boiled. Especially Western netizens. Or netizens from the tropical continent. The 6 lion kings killed 2 white-headed lions in 1 year. That's an exaggeration, isn't it? Just listening to this statistic is chilling. Haha, the South China tiger is finished. With the combat power of these 6 lion kings, you can slap it to death, right? A slap? You're too much of a South China tiger. In my opinion, the South China tiger doesn't even qualify to be the Lion King's opponent. Lisabelle immediately made up for it and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, the location of the South China tigers is very close to the Bad Boys Lion Alliance, and I believe they will meet soon." For a while, Longwo netizens were worried. The Bad Boys Lion League is out of the circle. Even if you don't pay attention to the reserve, many people have heard of this fearsome alliance of lions. On the other side, Chu Bai drank a few large bottles of mineral water, and then left the shooting vehicle satisfied. There is a shortage of water in this place. Any water source is dangerous. Next, it's time for him to hunt and fill his stomach. On top of that, you have to find your own territory. Gradually, the sun is setting over the mountains. During this period, Chu Bai also found the prey, but he didn't make a move. If you want to hunt, speed is not obtainable. He has lightning strikes. There is nothing to worry about in this regard. The reason why he waited until the sun set was because the lightning strike skill would cause his body temperature to rise rapidly. For his own safety, he chose to hunt when the temperature dropped. Soon, Chu Bai found a water source. It's a river. Countless bison next to it drink water by the river. Chu Bai's target was the bison herd. In addition to predation, its flesh essence and rewards. He has a talent for devouring. It can absorb the essence of animal flesh and blood. The more powerful the animal, the richer the flesh essence. Chu Bai lay in the jungle. The tiger stared at the bison herd. Storming a herd of bison is naturally unrealistic, even a male lion would not dare. Once the buffalo gets angry and launches a swarm charge, no beast can stop it. He's waiting. Wait for the unlucky egg to be left alone. At the same time, the live broadcast room. Wouldn't it? The South China tiger is going to attack the bison herd. I don't think it understands the power of the bison herd. At this time, netizens in the tropical continent ridiculed. As we all know, once a herd of bison is formed, even the most powerful Lion King will not dare to confront it head-on. What's more, the South China tiger is still a subadult. Not to mention that the bison are already in a herd. Even if they fight alone, there is no hope for number 68. In the live broadcast room, Lisabelle looked at Professor Kapil and asked, "Professor, do you think number 68 will succeed?" "Definitely failed." Professor Kapil shook his head. "Is there a saying?" Lisabelle asked again. Professor Kapil nodded and said, "I have worked in the reserve for 20 years, and I know very well the fighting power of bison. Even if an adult male lion kills bison, it is extremely dangerous, not to mention that number 68 is still in a subadult state. To be honest, there are only a handful of subadult lions killing bison in the entire reserve. And number 68 is almost going to die." You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Live broadcast, Tiger Roaring Grassland, Slap the Lion to Death. Author, The Poetry of Gilgamesh. Chapter 9. Hearing Professor Kapil's comments, Western netizens typed 666 one after another, and got great psychological satisfaction. Especially netizens from the tropical continent. The lion, the king of the steppe. As inhabitants of the tropical continent, they naturally prefer the lion to win this battle of dragons and tigers. On the contrary, the same is true for Oriental netizens. Even experts have said so, and the results can be imagined. Disperse, there's nothing to see. Even a subadult lion can't handle a bison, but this newcomer to the subadult tiger can. In the face of the ridicule of Westerners, Easterners naturally do not want to fall behind. The results haven't come out yet, so sure. The South China tiger is no ordinary tiger, he scares away the Lion King with a roar all his life. It was just an accident. That's right, unexpected. Although the lion is powerful, if you don't enter its territory, how can a battle break out between the two sides? And the lions that can hunt bison at a subadult age are basically the famous Lion Kings, or even the King of Lion Kings. In my opinion, this South China tiger is not qualified enough. We'll find out if it's qualified or not. Even if the South China tiger can't do it, it doesn't mean that the Goryeo tiger of our universe country can't do it. After a while, the people of the universe came out to show their presence. In the live broadcast room, Lisabelle looked at Sun Wei and said with a smile, "Mr. Fat Tiger, what do you think?" "How else can you look at it, of course, just sit and watch," Sun Wei said with a smile. Immediately, he became serious and said, "Professor Kapil is actually right, in the subadult state, it is extremely difficult for both tigers and lions to hunt bison. So, I don't think the South China tiger will be successful. Of course, I don't dare to say that I will fail." Meanwhile, by the river, Su Menjiao was also very worried. For this job, she watched a lot of documentaries. In the subadult state, it is very difficult for even lions to hunt bison, and if they are not careful, they can be hit and killed by crazy bison. This kind of thing is not nothing, but even a lot. As for the lions who successfully hunted bison in subadulthood, they basically became the existence of the king of lions. Netizens' discussions. Su Menjiao's worries. Chu Bai naturally didn't know. He crawled in the low grass and was very cautious. This bison is bigger than him, and his strength is not much weaker. If he really wants to fight head-on, even if he starts the lightning attack, there is a certain chance that he will be injured. In this savanna, injury means you can't hunt. There is no food. It means that it is impossible to maintain vigorous combat effectiveness. Failure to maintain combat effectiveness leads to a vicious cycle that culminates in death. He is not the same as a lion. Lions have their own territory. Usually the lioness is responsible for hunting, and the Lion King is only responsible for patrolling the territory. Even if you are injured, you have food. And if he is injured, he can only wait to die. After waiting for nearly 10 minutes, Chu Bai still didn't move. He's waiting. Wait for the bison to be left alone. If it is a young cow, it is naturally the best. Start the simulation. In order to reduce the risk, Chu Bai decided to strengthen himself first. Simulation begins. Your current status, subadult South China tiger. Day 1, nothing happens. Day 2, you go out to find water and meet a few Lion Kings by the river, but both are the most powerful hunters, and you intimidate each other and don't make a move. Day 3, you prey on small animals, but you are besieged by hyenas, and you have a hard time escaping. Day 4, a day to recharge. Day 5, food is scarce, you set your sights on the bison, after 2 hours of lurking, you finally find the lone bison, you launch the lightning attack skill, attack the bison at absolute speed, the two sides stalemate for a while, the bison herd appears and knocks you back. Looking at the information, Chu Bai frowned. Catching bison is really difficult. If it fails in the simulation, will it succeed in reality? He has no confidence in this. Do you want to give up? Chu Bai raised his eyebrows. After waiting for so long, he was really unwilling. Immediately, he continued to read. Day 6, nothing happens. Day 7, you hunted a sub-adult antelope. Hint, devouring talent takes effect, you gain 100 flesh energy. Day 8, you killed 2 tiger wolves. Hint, the devour talent takes effect, and you gain 400 flesh energy. Day 9, nothing happens. Day 10, you are drinking water by the river, and suddenly you are dragged into the water by a crocodile, and just as you are about to go, you launch a lightning attack and escape. Day 11, you broke into the territory of the Lion King, besieged by 2 Lion Kings, you launched a lightning attack, the limit was 1 for 1, and although you died, you also killed a Lion King. Hint, the devour talent takes effect, and you gain 1000 flesh energy. Hint, you get add 2 for your demo card. End of simulation. In this simulation, you get 1500 units of flesh energy. Do you use a crit card? Use critical hit cards. Chu Bai said in a deep voice. Hint, you used a bonus critical hit card. Hint, flesh energy crit x11, 16,500 units in total. Hint, simulated card critical hit failed, a total of 2 sheets. Hint, whether to extract or not. Extraction. Chu Bai's voice fell, and a huge warm current poured into his body. This time, the flesh and blood essence was nearly 20,000 units, which gave him great strengthening. Maybe he can really hunt bison, but he can't say it's necessarily. Live broadcast, Tiger Roaring Grassland, slap the lion to death. Author, The Poetry of Gilgamesh. Chapter 10. Chu Bai's heart moved, and a translucent data panel appeared in his field of vision. Name, Chu Bai. Race, South China tiger. Realm, adult tiger, peak state 16600/100,000. Talent, devour, can devour flesh essence cultivation. Skill, tiger might, your roar has a deterrent effect. Skill, lightning strike, active, increases your burst speed for a short period of time, passive, increases your regular speed even when it is not activated. Weight, 220 kilograms, your weight will directly affect all your data, the bigger the weight, the stronger. Palm power, 750 kilograms. Bite force, 520 kilograms. Speed, 38 m/s. Lifespan, 18 years. Analog card, 5. Critical hit card, 1. Looking at the changing data, Chu Bai had confidence. He is now very heavy. It has reached the peak of the South China tiger. It is important to know that the South China tiger is one of the smallest subspecies of all tiger species. The male tiger is about 2.5 meters long from head to tail and weighs about 150 kilograms. Now he has reached 220 kilograms. Weight is strength. Although it is still a little less than the Siberian tiger, which can weigh 300 kilograms at every turn, breaking through the limit is a kind of evolution. This can be seen in the bite force. The Siberian tiger, also known as the Siberian tiger. The average body size is about 250 kilograms, 300 kilograms is also common, and the bite force is between 400 and 500 kilograms. Although his size is not as good as that of a Siberian tiger, his bite force is already above the average for a Siberian tiger. There is this. He broke through the limits and gained strength. Seeing that the bison herd was always gathered together, Chu Bai continued to simulate. As a good hunter, you have to be patient. Simulation begins. Your current state, subadult South China tiger, peak state, dot. Day 1, you hunt a small animal. Day 2, you go out to find water and meet the Lion King, but no battle breaks out, and the two sides are pointed. Chu Bai carefully observed the information. After that, he used the last crit card to get more than 10,000 flesh energy. That is, his strength has increased dramatically again. Immediately, he continued to simulate. This time there are no crit cards, just more than 1,000 energy. Looks like we're going to have to get a crit card. Chu Bai muttered. Obviously, the crit card is the point. Without a critical hit card, it is very difficult to advance. No matter how well the simulation is, the flesh energy is at most a few thousand, and it is not as refreshing as the crit card. So, he had to hunt the bison in front of him. The more dangerous the animal, the higher the chance of getting a crit card or simulation card. Gradually, time passed. I don't know how long it took. Chu Bai finally waited for the opportunity. The herd of bison has gradually dispersed, and only one midlife buffalo is still drinking by the river, swaying. Adult bison. Not the best option. Immediately, Chu Bai lay on his stomach and kept approaching the bison from the jungle. Not far away, the crowd in the vehicle was stunned. Sister Menjiao, number 68 doesn't really want to hunt bison, right? Several assistants opened their mouths wide enough to stuff apples. Su Menjiao did not answer. She's nervous to the extreme. Truth be told, subadult tigers hunt bison and carry a high risk. Meanwhile, the live broadcast room was boiling. Wouldn't it? This South China tiger really wants to hunt bison. I think it's all about looking for death. In a subadult state, it was pushed by a bison and it was gone. Western netizens ridiculed with disdain. There is a huge disparity in strength. The results are clear at a glance. How do you know the outcome before you fight? In my opinion, even if you are not defeated by a bison, at the speed of a tiger, it is still very easy to run. That's right, the South China tiger is notoriously fast. Although the netizens of the Dragon Kingdom do not think that they can defeat the bison in their hearts, as long as they do not fight to the death, it is still very easy to escape. This South China tiger is completely looking for death. In the live broadcast room, Professor Kapil shook his head contemptuously. In my opinion, the South China tiger should just be tentative and not ready to attack. After all, the disparity is huge. Look, the South China tiger is moving. Before Professor Kapil could finish speaking, he saw that the South China tiger had already rushed out, causing him to be slapped in the face instantly. Lightning strike. Chu Bai didn't spare the slightest hand. Against this strong opponent, he gave enough respect. In an instant, blazing energy poured out. Bang bang. Bang bang. In the next second, his heart beat bang. It's like an engine. The power of the rage is surging from the heart, flowing down the veins and into the whole body, merging into every muscle. In the flash of light, Chu Bai pounced violently. It's an exaggeration. He left an afterimage in the air. Nima, that's an afterimage? Wait, did you hear the engine? For a while, the live broadcast room was shocked.